Alright, so I figured I'd record this. This is a 200D, I think a 1991. Just cut off while riding. It ended up being an electrical issue. The stator is messed up. So this side cover comes off. There's 4 bolts on this cover right there. 2 Phillips bolts on the starter cover. Bolt there, and these 2 up here. They're all 10mm bolts, or 8mm bolts, excuse me. All a little bit different size, so kind of make note of where they come out so that you put them back in the right place, and then just slide this off. The only thing I had that fell off was the starter cover, and the gear fell out when I was doing it, and then also this gear here, which I guess transfers from the starter to the flywheel. Kind of noticed there's a little bit of copper dust on those bolts in there. I'm going to clean all that up. That's from the stator. I'll show you here. If you look back here, the stator's kind of burnt up. So we're going to take these 3 bolts out. We're going to change out that box there as well. 2 more bolts and all that should pull out. The only thing I saw, I believe this is a reverse sensor here. It is kind of made together with these rubber grommets. The new one I ordered does not have them. So I'm going to have to peel these apart. I think it looks like they come apart and glue the reverse sensor back to it. So I'll show all that in just a second. Alright, so the book says 9 foot-pounds on the stator, and I think it's a pulse module. I can't remember exactly what that thing's called. It's 7 foot-pounds. So I got the new one mounted back up, tightened down. There's this little guard that goes in here. You kind of have to, it's got a notch to fit over that housing, and then the wire tucks up underneath it so that it doesn't, I guess, rub against something. So those 3, those 2, this is a, what did I say, a 4mm Allen, and these were a 5. This one just peeled off, the grommet peeled off of the other, so I'm going to take some RTV and kind of stick them back together and then shove them back in those slits there so that they will fit back in the case like they're supposed to. So I'm going to get those glued and stuck back up, and then we'll get this back on the four-wheeler. Alright, so that was a Caltric Stator ST377. Gasket for that left crankcase side is GT267. Of course, I just went to the Honda place, got part numbers and searched. I believe these are on eBay or Amazon. Pretty inexpensive for how much they used to be when you had to order OEM. So I've got this cleaned up pretty good. I got these stuck back down in there. I got the gasket on. We're gonna try and put this back together. Kind of blew out anything that I may have scraped off. There's a few cracks in this housing and some JB weld. I don't know, it came that way to me. So we'll roll with this until we start to have some more issues, and maybe we'll find a cover for this if need be. So there's the new gasket. That gear's back on there where it should be. We're gonna have to slide over this and then slide over that part of the crankshaft. There's 2 locating dowels as well, and then I guess make sure that that thing is turned upright, it looks like. Alright, so I have to get a light, see what's going on. So I don't know what was holding it off, but I got the old dead blow hammer out. I twisted that shift reverse light thing, I guess. Twisted a little tapped, and it fell right into place. So next thing is this dowel pin that goes in there, and then this starter gear. And then I had bolts that went all the way around. That one. Like I said, it appeared to me that they all kind of were different sizes, so put them back in order and they come out. They're all 8mm bolts. Like I said, to kind of cross pattern these as you tighten them back up. The starter had an O-ring around this thing. I reckon I probably should put a little oil around it. Stick it back up there. You can tell flange just broke off of that. I think that's right. I'll be back. Alright, so these two bolts here were really long bolts. These are two short ones on this cover. Like I said, the rest were a little bit varying lengths, but they're all 7 foot-pounds. These don't have a torque specification, so I mean basically whatever you can get with a screwdriver. I didn't have a chain bar for this, so I made this years ago to get back on there, but this one does kind of help seal the gasket back behind that cover, so that got torqued as well. So yeah, a little tapping here and there. Finally got it the seat back. Now I'm going to go to the other side and plug up those wires that came off that stator. The other one there. Plugs in there. There's that one I was looking. That one in there. These clip kind of back on these things there, but they're old and been falling apart. Alright. I also got a new coil because I wasn't sure what was failing on it, but it was having a bad connection with the spark plug anyway, so I'll once I find those parts, I'll get all of that back out here. Alright, so the ignition coil's up under the left side fender well, number 8. Just bolt on it. Pull it loose. then 2 wires on it. And then just plug them back up on the new coil. And then make sure that ground wire goes back under that bolt and then back to mount that coil. Somewhere like that. That coil's buried up in there. I don't know how well y'all can see that. And then pull that loose, and this wire here goes to that little plastic thing. Plugs in there.